Tampa International Airport. I had to drop off my sisters after the storm. Everything had been delayed, canceled. And this morning, everything is looking good. It's all almost back to normal. All the bridges are open. People don't understand. You're driving through. Yep, all the airports get out now. Because I promise you, you don't get that first flight out, you will be stuck in Florida. That is one thing about Florida. During the rainy season and hurricane season, late flights cause delays and cancellations. First flights get you the hell on out of here. But it's muggy, 86. Roads are a little bit still wet in some areas. There was a passing shower. But that's the last of the feeder bands will be coming through. Now we just got to get the heck out of here. Yep, 275 north. And pretty soon traffic is going to be starting. Still a little windy over here in Tampa. That's why they passed that law, buddy. That's why they passed that law. Don't be in that left lane. But there's the airport, the runway in front of us. But so far, we did good. Still have electricity. Some flooding in some areas in the swamps where people had land, houses and stuff in swampy areas. If you live by any river, lake, or ocean, you definitely got flooded. As far as coastal goes, yeah, they got a lot of flooding, street flooding. The sewer system is not good here in Tampa. Because it's built by the water, and of course the water is underground. And it floods quickly. But now rush hour should be picking up. Let's hope there's no accidents. Because that I-4 corridor, the deadliest highway, loves accidents. Let's get this window clean for you guys. But this part of the section they had closed off because of the Skyway. No matter what, nothing to do with hurricane or tropical storm, but when this area has high winds, they normally close the highway, the bridge down. But so far, everything's looking good. Look like it might be sprinkling a little. But these will pass through, these bands will pass through real quick. And then Florida's going to go, it's already muggy. Tampa Bay is in the front. Especially this area here, down in the below streets, they get flooded because of the sewer and the surrounding bay around it. But traffic wasn't bad coming to the airport. Left at 5 this morning. But this is usually the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock hour. As you can see up ahead, it's going to be the rush. Nope, the storm has passed. And again, there might be some feeder bands coming across. But again, it's not expected to be bad. That's Tampa Bay, the city to the right of you. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Now it's Georgia, Carolinas, North Carolina. Them up in the East Coast are going to get a lot of rain from this. This was a pretty slow moving storm. I say medium. Didn't move that quick. sure dumped a lot of water. I mean, the grass would love that, and the trees, the alligators, and the water moccasins. Getting ready to get on the most deadliest highway, the I-4 corridor. So we pass through Malfunction Junction. Now we're going over Ybor City. But yep, everything's coming back to normal. Everything came back to normal yesterday. The mails were running, the garbage were picking up. I know you want to go because you got to get off this exit, but I hate driving behind you. Got rocks and stuff. I hate driving behind trucks. The rock haulers. They be spitting the rocks all over your car and cracking your window and chipping your paint. Hopefully it does. I know the humidity is supposed to be almost at 100, even though it's 84. But you open up that door, I promise you, it's like a slap in the face. And that's because a lot of the water in the ground makes that moisture. Makes it unbearable. But I mean, the sun ain't even up and we're already at 84 degrees. That was one thing I had to get used to living here in Florida was sometimes it can be 90 degrees and the sun's not even up yet. Planes are taking off. New law in Florida now, you get caught in that left lane not passing, you get a ticket. Doesn't matter if you're doing the speed limit, you got to be passing in that lane. And straight ahead when you see that bluish, that's the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa. And right across the street is the amphitheater. And then when you pass that, you have the fairgrounds. And that's where they do a lot of their festivals there. Another thing too, they've lowered the speed limit in this area here. It's gone from 70 to 60. Right after Plant City, for some odd reason, they changed the speed limit. Could be to possibly to stop accidents, to make less accidents, but people are still, I mean, this morning I was driving, everyone was doing 80. Right now everyone's doing 70. That's what it used to be in this area here. I don't know about you guys, but I like driving more at nighttime because of the lights and stuff. I think the roosters are crowing yet. Now, the Plant City is going to be the new Champions Gate, where it gets clogged up for no reason. That's one thing I've noticed over the past 2 years. That's one reason I don't go to Orlando no more, because of Champions Gate. But Plant City's going to be the same way. It just makes it unbearable to drive, especially when you got the snowbirds down here on top of the people that are moving down here, and then with the people living down here. When I first moved down here, this used to be just a 2-lane highway. No traffic or nothing. Now, all these cars out here never fit all this traffic on the 2-lane. I went through those growing pains when they were building this up. driving this to work. This is a section, like I said, they used to be 70 through here, and now they posted 60. José, ¿cómo estás? La hermana mía estaba aquí y sábado lo dejaron en el aeropuerto y hoy ellas salieron hoy para New Jersey porque no vino pasaje por domingo y lunes. Pero el aeropuerto está abierto ahora. Pero allá en Tampa tiene mucha agua también. Y donde viven los otros también tiene mucho agua. Y la cosa es que Tormenta está en South Carolina. Cuando ella llega para New Jersey hoy, el viernes, la tormenta va a ser en New Jersey este viernes. O sea, ella va a hacer un double whammy. Pero el viento no estaba malo, estaba echando mucha agua en el piso. So, por la gente que vive donde llena de agua, esa es la gente que tiene los problemas. Ahora está llegando para atrás para Lakeland. El avión ella se va a las 8 y llega a New Jersey a las 11. So, todavía dice que todo está bien. Que departure y todo eso está bien para las 8. So. But anyway, I was telling Jose that my sisters had came down here and they were leaving Saturday or Friday, and their flights got canceled. And then Saturday, the flight got canceled. So they had to stay till today. First flight out is the best chance to get out of here. It doesn't matter if it's here or Orlando. You got to get that first flight out. Because during the rainy season in Florida, and you have those afternoon storms, there could be cancellation and delays. So they couldn't catch a flight till today. So by the time they get home, they'll be flying over the tropical storm. And then by Friday, Jersey's supposed to get the tropical storm should be up that way, drowning them out with water. So they're going to have a double whammy. But you can see on the highway where the cars have driven, where it's dried. I mean, this ground has soaked up a lot. They're saying right now, Tampa area is 8 inches above average. So we can water our grass again. We can wash our cars. A lot of the people that live in the swampy dirt, it's going to take them a few days longer for that water to go down. What's good about this is that after a storm, we go through a dry spell. There might be a couple of rain here and there, but it's not the, how can I say, it's not the rainy season rain. It just rained at the participation, or whatever it's called, from the ground rain. But it normally dries out. Like where I live, because I live in sugar sand, we don't flood. If the sun was to shine out all day today, tomorrow I could touch that dirt and it'd be like it never rained at all. And then we have to get back to watering the grass because now they're going to be starving for water. But we got so used to the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock shower. Probably a couple days before we see that pattern to build back up again. And then just hope there's nothing else out there in the tropical. I mean, that's all you can do. I don't care what state you live in. You're always going to have something. You know, Florida's known for hurricanes. You know, California's known for earthquakes. You know, the northern states are known for tropical storms and flooding. Tornadoes are about everywhere. But in the central United States, you know, Tornado Alley, that's known for spawning tornadoes like crazy. So, you know, each of the state has something that they always have to watch out for. I mean, you can go years without a storm or an event, but eventually it'll catch up to you. But I don't know if I would want to live in a hurricane state or an earthquake state. And then it all depends. You know, we live inland. So it's them people that, I mean, unless it's a category 5, we'll get jacked up. 4. But anything 3 and under, inland, we're safe. I know a lot of people that came from up north were panicking. First time ever, you know, they get into this panic mode. And then anxiety starts creeping up on them. Because when I first came to Florida, I didn't know the difference between a tornado and a hurricane. I thought it was all the same, but you get into a routine. Like yesterday's tropical storm, people have hurricane parties. You know, when you have a hurricane 1, 2, People still go out, have parties. They don't care because all it is just a lot of major rain. Like I said, other than if you live in the floodline areas there, and then the ones who suffer are the like like in my area there, where I showed the videotape yesterday. It was flooded in some of those houses. Not inside the house, but their lawn was flooded. And again, this was just from a tropical storm. That's not even a hurricane level rain. And we just had the fingertips of the rain. We didn't even have the fingers of the rain. Forget the palm of the rain. But people don't normally buy flood insurance. You normally get your hurricane. Let me tell you something. That water would have gotten a lot of those houses. And I mean, the good thing is when any governor puts a state in the state of emergency, FEMA is always activated. But I've known people like Dave. He canceled his homeowner's insurance. His house is paid off. He canceled it because he says you can get more money back from FEMA than you can from your homeowner's insurance. But I mean, our house is paid off. I don't know if I'm willing to take a chance. I guess it's kind of like when I was younger, I didn't have medical insurance because I didn't get sick as much, and then now you gotta have medical insurance as you get older. I don't know if I could take a chance on house insurance because that includes fire and everything. So, but if you're moving down to Florida, you've got to be careful. Like I said, when we show you those subdivision things and you hear us say negative stuff about some subdivisions, I'm not trying to say don't buy in there, or all I'm just trying to say, man, you got to be, you can't just buy just to rush by, or you got to do research. You got to know, like, hey, does this area flood? Because you may not be in a flood zone, but again, you don't have flood insurance. You build your house next to that reservoir. Forget about the mosquitoes and snakes and gators. You got to worry about if that reservoir gets filled up and comes into your house. You got to see, is this sugar sand or is this the farming dirt? Farming dirt holds water all year long. That's the best dirt ever to build a house on because you don't have sinkholes there. All the sinkholes happen in the sugar sand where orange groves used to be, because people are draining the wells from the bottom, and there's no water, rain, to fill those wells up. That's just, once there's a collapse, your house is sink. I mean, just behind my house, my niece went to go look for some houses. They're failing inspection because of the foundation sinking. I mean, that's not good signs. Almost brand new houses too. Maybe 3-5-year-old houses. So that's what I say, when you buy into a subdivision, there's just more. Don't panic buy. Don't be pushed into buy. You need to make sure and think about long term. Like, okay, so you might live in a subdivision a couple years and then sell it to get another house. That's fine if you go in with that mindfulness, but you got to remember, dude, what about tropical storms and hurricanes? They don't wait for you to move out of that house. Those are things you got to deal with while you're in that house. Go into the mindset that I'm going to live here forever and I have to see what my surroundings are. the more and more that they knock down trees, the more and more tornadoes will form. Because if you ever notice, tornadoes don't form in the woods. You don't hear about a tornado in a wooded area. You hear about a tornado in an open area. You know. So, and the reason tornadoes don't form in a wooded area is because it can't get the circulation from the bottom. You know, yes, it comes from the top to the bottom, but the trees disrupt any motion that's trying to start at the bottom to connect to the top. And houses don't stop that. So those are a lot of things you got. You know, it's beautiful to live by the beach. I wish I could live by the beach. I would love to live by the water, but there's always consequences when you live by the water. And those are the things you gotta, just like living in San Francisco. Worry about earthquakes. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, San Francisco, beautiful area, blah, 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 but you always got to think like, damn, there could be an earthquake here. And if you want to deal with that, then you stay there and you deal with those issues. I mean, they don't say, the term swampland, buy swampland in Florida didn't come from, someone just saying it. It's the truth. It's that people used to sell swampland. And you get dirt cheap property. Back then, it was expensive, but it was cheap. And then to find out you live in a swampland, like, you're going to be flooded. You're going to have to deal with a lot of issues. But the overall of it, those clouds that you see there, once they pass through, we should be pretty much good. Back to the mugginess. I know I've seen a lot of things on the news about electric cars and water, and I mean, it's just crazy things that we just have to be careful what we purchase. I mean, I wish I could own an electric car, but it's expensive. But then all the bad reviews, I take my chances on, gas cars with bad reviews than an electric car with a bad review. Electric car gets you on fire. A gas car, the fire chances are minimal. You'd have more mechanical. This is Lakeland, man. I hate to promote Lakeland, because then people will start moving here. I hate to promote it, but look at all that traffic. These people ain't even all up yet. But yeah, just remember, when you buy a house, guys, you come to Florida, even any state, just gotta be careful. We always appreciate you guys that join us that watch our videos, that comment. I mean, that's the best way to support us. We don't make a ton of money on there, but hey, that's the best way, to support us, is watch our videos, comment. I know sometimes our videos seem like they're like home videos, but hey, we do the best that we can do. We didn't expect to be going this long doing videos. We basically did the videos, just for us, and then we met a lot of good people on here. But those things we do appreciate. And hopefully, if we're ever in your area, we can visit you and meet up with you. But it's regular. Everyone's going back to normal. And who knows what'll be next on the news. So guys, thanks for joining us today. Until our next adventure, you guys take it easy, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.